Let me tell you a story. So one morning I woke up and I wanted to make a great breakfast. Now usually I make good breakfasts. I mean, let me be honest, I make great breakfast, but I wanted to make an amazing breakfast. I got in the kitchen, I started cutting up onions, started cutting up tomatoes, started cutting up green peppers, scrambled some eggs, and then even made homemade fresh guacamole. And already it was really delicious, but I had a can of beans in the corner and I was like, ooh, this would be so perfect for this dish. This would be like the cherry on top of a sundae that with a, you get my point. So the only problem was I didn't have a can opener and I couldn't really go down or up or really anywhere to go get a can opener in the shops. You know, they were too far and, you know, I figured there's probably an easier solution to this. So I took a knife, I took the can, and I started stabbing the knife into the top of the can, enough that I'd make a little hole in it. Now my wife was watching me do this, and she was like, you know, this is a terrible idea, and you should stop right now, because you're gonna cut yourself. I ignored her, I dug my knife in, and I started to pry it open. I would love to tell you that I had, you know, a full breakfast with beans, with guacamole, with scrambled eggs, you know, all those veggies, but sadly, the knife slipped and the can cut my finger. Now it wasn't a bad cut, it was a small cut, but it was still bleeding and everything, so my wife took the can away from me and threw it out. It was a good breakfast, sure, kind of disappointed a little bit, still, it could have been perfect. Okay, you're probably wondering, why did this guy just tell me this random story about a can of beans and some, you know, the fact that he can't even open a can of beans? I mean, that's just quite lame. Granted, that is fair. But it got me thinking about how in life we love to take shortcuts. You know, we love to make things easier for ourselves, which is great. You know, life shouldn't be hard, or maybe it should, I don't know. But sometimes it's not a good idea to take a shortcut. And let me explain why. Take these eggs, for example. Okay, the pan's empty, but I'm gonna cut. Okay, there we go. Take these eggs, for example. If I were to eat these eggs right now, I probably would get some kind of like stomach poisoning or food sickness or, you know, whatever. I'm not a doctor, but it wouldn't be good for me. And the reason why is because I didn't let it cook for a while, right? Because you can't rush certain things. Some things take time. Some things are gonna come as they come. Take a job, for example. There's certain steps you have to take in order to get the job that you want. Or even if you have to go to school for 4 years and study through boring lectures and stuff like that. It's something you gotta do, right? And I know it's tough. I know people are like, well, you know, this is such a waste of time. I agree, totally. But sometimes you have to go through those motions to get to where you want. And, you know, I feel like that's some solid advice that, you know, we don't like to accept, but maybe we do. At least I don't like to accept it. I believe there's a shortcut for everything, but that is also why I hurt myself with a can of beans. I guess beans were good for the heart. No, never mind. Also, if anyone has a spare can opener, like the one you're not using, because I don't want to, you know, just if you do,